Hi Pisces, welcome to February 2020 and very happy birthday to the February Pisces that are watching this, particularly those of you born on the 29th that get your birthday this year. Doesn't make Mercury retrograde sound so bad, does it? We'll get into that. So Pisces, I'm not appearing on screen this month. You may have noticed I didn't last month. There's an issue with the screen on my recording device, which is a laptop, MacBook, whatever you want to call it. And I can't actually move the screen the whole way up, so I can't really be on camera unless I'm crouching down and looking up. So that's enough about that. Pisces, February is when we start, although Venus is already there, we start seeing the shift into your sign, starting with Mercury entering your sign on the 3rd. And we know that Mercury goes retrograde on the 16th in your sign. And I want you to know that that's okay. As a Scorpio with a rising in Pisces, the last Mercury retrograde was in Scorpio. And I found that, you know, if you're listening to your sun sign in particular for this Pisces, you may be Pisces rising like myself, but I find that whenever there is, when Mercury is retrograding in your sign or your rising sign, you can either be more intuitive or exceptionally rose tinted, because we have Neptune in Pisces, and for you that does add to your element of dreaminess, of wanting the romantic fantasy, of wanting the world to seem like this beautiful haven of love and romance and all things twinkly and sparkly. And Mercury retrograde can make you revisit certain things, but it can make you more creative. How can a Pisces get more creative, you wonder? It happens. A lot of famous Pisces that are exceptionally creative have Mercury retrograded natally in Pisces. A lot of great inventors as well. It's really an energy that helps you do the work behind the scenes, whether that is the internal work, the creative work, your projects, your revisiting your image, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you want to curate, whatever you want to design, Pisces, this is the time to do it. Venus leaves your sign on the 7th and moves into Aries, which is your 2nd house. 8 of Pentacles. Your 2nd house of worth, of finances. What is it that you value most in your life? I think for a lot of you, the 8 of Pentacles is something that you work on that is your passion. Something that makes you feel alive, something that speaks to your creative, sensitive spirit. And I think what you need to do with Venus being in Aries is work on that, to alleviate any feelings of inadequacy, any feelings of confusion, any sadness and disappointment that occurred in late December and in January with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, because obviously a lot of stuff was cleared from you that you don't understand yet. You don't understand that it was really, astrologically speaking, in your greater good. And if you could just allow yourself in February, Pisces, and I know I spoke about rose-tinted glasses, but if you could just allow yourself to focus on the things that you love, thought-wise, passion-wise, time-wise, and I'm not saying leave your job and just suddenly do what you want to do all day, don't go into work or don't deal with the people you don't like, but if you could just find that rose-tinted energy with a level of discernment that you won't make huge decisions on it, but just for your own mental sanity, your own emotional well-being, and your own belief that things are working out. If you could just do that for February, you will see very clearly, Pisces, that the thing that you want most, whether it's a new car, whether it is marriage, whether it is a love partner, comes to you ever so quickly and ever so solidly. Ace of Cups, Hierophant, the Chariot, and the Lovers. What a beautiful hand when you just allowed yourself to go there, to dream that maybe something with real passion, with real emotional fulfillment, but that stability that you need because your 7th house is Virgo. That stability that you need. And that spiritual fulfillment, that intuitive knowing that this is okay, that this is safe, that this is moving in the right direction. Isn't that what you want? The Hierophant says that you want something long-term now. And if it is an issue in your life that's not romantic, that it's career or that it's family, You just want to feel liberated by the thing that is holding over your head and making you worry. If you could just focus your thoughts and your feelings towards the very thing that you want, Pisces, it will manifest so much quicker. And particularly if you're Pisces rising, the astrology at the minute, and look at that, the Lover's just going to be smack bang in the middle. The astrology at the minute, Pisces, is so much to do with, and I'm so sorry if you're having a bad time and you're feeling disappointed by something. As I say, I'm Pisces rising. I completely had that Saturn-Pluto wipeout of something I thought was so promising. I understand that. But if you could just focus your energy towards how much better it could be. Different, but better, but fulfilling. Ace of Cups is such a Piscean energy. It is allowing those feelings that you have within you to bubble up, to feel overjoyed, to feel tears of joy, to feel compassion, to feel sensitive. And maybe something hurt you really, 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 really bad in January or December, to reawaken that compassion within you. Because Pisces, when you are really, really hurt, I often find sometimes you can swim into shallow waters and stay there and isolate yourself or get lost in your appearance or the way you think things should be on an ego level, because the ego likes things to be certain. And you thought something was going to work out in a particular picture, and if it didn't, your ego was absolutely killing you. It's making you feel like, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough for this opportunity. I'm not good enough for this job, this career, this passion, or even I'm not worthy enough to find my passion, or I'm not worthy enough to find my soulmate, or my soulmate is always going to be unavailable, or something like that. You know, this negative narrative. Be careful, because with the Capricorn energy in the sky, particularly Mars entering there in the 16th, with the Capricorn energy, Pisces, you just have to blink and you make it happen. You know, you decide somebody is gonna leave you, and that happens, or you decide that you're not good enough for this job, you hate this job, and it goes from underneath you. You're very quick at manifesting. I'd be ashamed to waste that. All the other signs are jealous. But Ace of Wands, I love it. Ace of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, so for Pisces, if you're single, there's a new love interest. Could be a Cancer, could be a Taurus, could be a Gemini. There's a new love interest nonetheless, and they come in and they really like what they see, and you have to use your discernment with Mercury being retrograde in your sign of whether their intentions are clear, because you want something real. You focus on your passions, you focus on your money, you focus on building your self-worth and seeing yourself the way the world sees you, which is beautiful and ethereal and magical. You focus on your magic. You focus on how, Pisces, I just think you're so, you have such a beautiful magical gift that sometimes in this world, the way it's structured, with the Hierophant here, can make you feel very out of place, but you're not out of place. In fact, you're actually more understanding of where you are than anyone else. So I think it's an earth sign, King of Pentacles. I think a lot of Pisces are meeting an earth sign, or a relationship rekindling, a spark. There's some sort of romantic feeling towards a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus, which is great for Pisces. And if it's not that, it's career. Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, re-getting that spark, working on your passions. I know that it sounds odd to a Pisces to say, schedule time for your passions, because you say to a Pisces, schedule time, and they think, ugh, where's the magic in the schedule? Where's the magic in a diet plan? Where's the magic in routine and mundane? It's not. But this is why earth sign energy is so good for you, the Mars in Capricorn, because you need that energy to say to you, Pisces, get it going, because that's the only way you get into that flow. This February is all about getting you back in your flow, getting you swimming in the right direction, feeling as though you know who you are, and you're not going to let anybody or anything make you question that again. Because you have now got, towards the end of February, proof that you can make something magical happen out of seemingly nowhere. Death card. Could be a Scorpio, but I think this is your personal rebirth. Your personal rebirth, 10 of Cups. Okay, so you're happily ever after. Doesn't look the way that you thought it was going to, but it's happening nonetheless. And underneath, confirmation, Queen of Pentacles, more earth sign energy. Now, I'm not saying that if you're single, you have to end up with an earth sign, but be aware, if you know much about astrology, it will probably have some earth sign placements. And as we lead up to your new moon in your sign on the 23rd, we have a new beginning. And you know, as the two fish, that a new beginning requires some kind of ending. When you finally let go of the way that you thought it had to be this person, it had to be this age, it had to be that time, it had to be making that much money, I had to be doing this, whatever. When you let go of that part, Pisces, you see the beauty of, oh, this was meant to happen this way. Because if this hadn't happened this way, if I hadn't felt the depth of that pain, I wouldn't appreciate the depth of this love, because you've not had this before. Loving what you do, loving who you are, loving who you're with, and feeling that love in return. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the King of Wands is underneath there too. So I think some of you could have been very badly hurt by someone that seemed to be. Somebody that seemed to be so exciting. I think for some, fire sign, sun, moon, or rising. For others of you, somebody who just seemed to come at you with a vigor, with a passion, with a persistence, and you love that. You love that because it seems like the romantic hero. But 10 of Swords, that type of person, quite often causes you a lot of pain, because as quickly as they come in, quickly they go. They shoot their targets, they shoot their arrows, and they're off. For a lot of you, you've known that type of person, you've had that type of pain. And if it's career, if it's passions, your fear of rejection is nothing compared to your fear of success. And if you want to get over that fear of success, Pisces, you need to learn to see things from a new angle. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the Hanged Woman. You will see things from a new angle by being charitable, by being generous, by throwing yourself into doing selfless acts for other people. That is how you attract selfless people. Believe it or not. There is no completely selfless act. I've just clarified that by saying so. But you need to be giving back in some way to get that energy going, Pisces, to get it flowing. Because with the 2 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles, this hard-working earth sign or earthy person that's coming in or wants to offer you something is quite living, even if they're not an earth sign, they're living in the practical. They're living in their bills, in their career success. They focus on money, but you've really piqued an interest that they actually can't see past. And if this is an ex that is an earth sign, sun, moon, or rising, I don't think they can get over you. I think they thought they could. I think they thought, Pisces loves me unconditionally, so I can do just about anything I want. I can go off and explore the world, explore my options. They'll probably still be there. Nobody else is going to see their magic because they don't. So I'm going to use and abuse them until they do nothing, until I do what I want. And that's only for some of you. That is some of you that have dealt with, when I see the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and the 10 of Swords, those of you that dealt with a narcissist. Someone who love bombs you, someone who makes you feel like the most important person in the world and then stabs you in the back and is cold as ice. And Pisces, I'm very sorry to tell you, you are the number one target as far as signs go for people with those type of personalities. It's a hard lesson, but with Neptune being in your first house, you just attract the users and abusers as much as you attract everyone, because you're attracting everyone. So you need a little bit of discernment on what type of person you want, because romantically, now that you're a bit defensive, now that you're a bit guarded after your recent disappointments, or career-wise, same goes for that. After your recent disappointments in life, in love, in whatever it is that just had to go with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, you have discernment. You're ending Your Death card is leading you to a Ten of Cups moment. And that is just the most beautiful twist in your story, Pisces. With Jupiter sextiling Neptune on the 20th, and the energy of, well, if you want to meet a soulmate, you'll meet a soulmate. Astrologically speaking, that is lined up nicely for you. Pretty nice. And if you're already in a relationship, next phase, next saga, building something together, something quality. But just bear in mind, Pisces, with the Saturn-Pluto energies, the things that are being taken from you, the things that are falling apart, the belief systems, the structures, thinking you have faith in a particular way of life with the Hierophant and the Ace of Cups, your crisis of faith will be answered because you will see the results of what you always knew deep down. Because as a Pisces, you're intuitive, you're instinctual, and you always have an idea. Tarantula. And the spider is underneath. Now, isn't that interesting? You may be dreaming of spiders. Okay. I like this. I like this because it ties in with a suspicion I've had for you as a sign anyway that I would like to speak on. The tarantula is all about playing dead. And in the art of war, not to sound, I think my Scorpio, Sun, Mars, and Pluto all in the 8th house is showing here when I'm talking about the art of war. Anyway. With the tarantula here, in the art of war, you play dead with your enemies. You play dead with your competitors. If somebody has really hurt you, if somebody has deceived you, you play dead. And I don't mean literally. I don't mean you lie down on the floor and just lie there and pretend to be a dead body. I had to do that for a play once when I was 16. I had to be on stage as a dead body for about 45 minutes. It was awful. But what I'm saying, Pisces, is that whoever it is that's wronged you, whoever spun you a real tale, or they're sort of trapping themselves in their own web. And also be careful what you put on the internet in Mercury retrograde. But play dead. Do not notice this person, because you are, as a beautiful, psychic and vulnerable yet energetic, you have all this magic. And I do feel, Pisces, that we talked about narcissistic personalities, that King of Wands energy. The people that suck the energy out of you are the people that are feeding off it. If you have someone who's really hurt you, who's taken your energy and your magic from you, they're feeding off it. Cut it off. Don't give them any feeling. Don't give them any thoughts. Don't give them any attention. They'll appear in your dreams for sure, but don't give them the energy and the attention they need. Unfortunately, they'll be right back at you if this is the case. Mercury retrograde does that, but with it being in your first house and you being so sensitive, I just want you to be protected from the energy vampires that are in your life. Wow, awakening and the crumbling. This is that's so beautiful. Energy upgrades, a new way of being, integration, and the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? You're ascending from what it is that has destroyed you. This is the Tower. When you think about it, something that crumbled, that devastated you, that didn't expect. That's that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. You're awakening to a much more beautiful energy. It goes from the darkness to the light. You're ascending up. No need to cling on to something, much like the Death card. There has been a heaviness for sure. We'll get more into this in the extended because I'm so curious about this Earth sign. I'm curious about the Cancer too. They seem to really want to love you. And the Taurus as well seems like a pretty good match, but that's Scorpio as well. There's a Scorpio here that there's a lot of people that love you. You'll see the difference in February. There's a lot of people that love you, Pisces. You are the universe's creme de la creme at the moment. So I love you very much. I can't wait to do your extended, and I will see you in a little bit. Bye, Pisces.